resiliency. So after the failure happens, how do we respond? You know, I have one of my children, and they are such an amazing child, but once they signed my name on a field trip thing because they'd forgotten to do it and it was due, so they just scribbled my name. When the teacher asked my child, did you do this or did your mother do it? She got really nervous and said, my mother did it. And the teacher knew that was
by the
was
handwriting,
not
right?
right. And so that was a huge thing
Yeah.
because this was this huge meeting between my child and I of, okay, what you did was okay, but you shouldn't have then lied about it. So let's talk about that. And then restoring trust with that teacher who says, I always trust you, but in this instance, you were not honest. But I tell you what, that failure episode taught my child a lot. Taught my child that you can find forgiveness and reconciliation because they totally reconciled with their teacher. Taught that I can bring my failure to my parent and my parent will not freak out. You know, I had my child write a very detailed letter of apology to that teacher, but that was what happened after that. And there was understanding. We didn't speak of it again. I don't think the other siblings know about it until now. After
Right.
they,
We didn't
after
speak
they
about it
listen
until
to
Focus
this.
on the Family.
Arlene reveals
Until
all.
I say it.
Sorry.
You know, so, you know, have your children realize they're not going to do everything perfectly, and that's okay. And if you don't make the team, that's all right. Because,
Yeah.
you know, don't go in there as a parent saying, why didn't my kid make the team? My kid's the best one out there. You better put my kid in there. No.
Wow, there is so much of that.
Let your kid fail so that when they're an adult and they don't get chosen for the promotion, they can handle that.
Yeah.
When they ask the girl for the date and she says no, they can handle that. It's very important to teach your children failure so they can succeed later in life.
And that's good. And sometimes you do it well as a parent, and sometimes you swing and you miss. And I remember Troy, he did that. He went out for a basketball team. There were like 40 guys going out for 12 spots. And first night, he was feeling good. He
Yes.
got back in the car and he said, I made it, Dad, because they cut, 20 kids that night. And I knew the second night was going to be a little more difficult. And he went, and I was anticipating he may not make it. He jumps in the car, and he's a little quieter than the night before. And I asked, how'd you do? Did you make it? He said, no, they cut me. But he said, I was really glad I got this far.
Good for him.
So it was
See,
good.
That's
That's
really
a good
good
response.
It's
And I said, well, just,
absolutely.
you got to learn in the off season here, shoot some hoops, and then maybe try again next time.
And that's a great phrase, isn't it? After failure, learn in the off season.
Right.
So you didn't get it, but there's a lot to learn in the off
and
season.
it's so true. And, we live in such a wonderful country that if you apply yourself, not fake it, but really apply yourself, you really can do almost anything. And the Lord will open doors to you. Arlene, this has been terrific. It's